One of the two men arrested in connection with Monday night's deadly shooting at a Lake Worth Beach bar is out of jail. WPBF 25 News has exclusive video of Michael Vitito hours after he appeared in court with fellow suspect Maury Pennard III. The shooting at the Rock Irish pub at 1 a.m. Tuesday left 2 people dead and put 2 others in the hospital. According to the official arrest report, this all stemmed from some sort of altercation between people inside the bar. One witness told police the suspects bumped into him, causing him to drop his camera. There was an argument, and that's when the gunfire started. The report also mentioned surveillance video from inside the bar showing people running away when the shots were fired. Pennard then can apparently be seen leaving the bar with what looks like a gun before both suspects got in a car together and drove away. Loved ones of the men who were shot tell us they are happy to hear about those arrests in the case. Our reporter Ari Height shares the impact this is having on the victims' friends and family.
The accused shooter in this case, Maury Pennard, remains here at the Palm Beach County Jail. He's being held without bond. The other suspect in this case, Michael Vitito, he walked out of the jail Thursday night after posting bond. He told me he had nothing to say about the shooting that killed 2 people and injured 2 others. This is Michael Vitito walking away from the Palm Beach County Jail Thursday night. All he had to say about the shooting was no comment. He did not talk about what happened at the Rock Irish pub early Tuesday morning. He didn't want to talk about the fight that escalated into 4 people being shot. He did not talk about the people who were killed, Christopher Allen and Stephen Stratus.
Stephen was the most one-of-a-kind person. He was the most brave and toughest person I probably knew.
Kaylin Kahn and her brother Sean were close friends of Stephen. They admired his service in the Army. They say he had been talking about going back. They were planning a party for his 25th birthday next week.
Every single milestone in my life will always be I'll be thinking of you.
Stephen was always just so adamant about wanting to be there for other people, even through thick and thin. He was always someone who wanted to help.
Daquan Sigler and Reginald Gordon both remain hospitalized. Police say Gordon tried to stop the initial fight. His son, Reginald III, says his dad was shot in the spine and the neck.
He's well respected. He's not just a father, he's a husband, a mentor, a brother, an uncle. Whatever it is he is to you, I mean, he loves you for that.
And as for the suspects, the owner of the restaurant where the victims work says he hopes their punishment is severe.
Anything short of their execution I don't see as positive in any way, shape, or form.
And the restaurant where those victims worked is the Old Key Limehouse in Lantana. They are holding a benefit concert on December 22nd for the victims' families. They say every penny they raise will go to those families. At the Palm Beach County Jail, Ari Height, WPBF 25 News.